Hello, everyone. Oh, need to reacquire the game. Okay, so first things up, I have adjusted quality settings as per Dead on Sticks suggestions. So hopefully the stream looks better. I was also advised to do testing like this to see if it would affect the drop frames. Okay, now that everyone's dizzy and I don't see any drop frames, let's go ahead and figure out what I'm actually doing today. Last time I was doing a bunch of Maguma Jungle nonsense. I call it nonsense because it was annoying. But I actually have... I was wanting to play Monk. I remember that. So that's what we're going to do today, I guess. We're going to do something on this Monk. Okay, what are our Zaishin missions? I can go turn in befriending the Kurziks. THK. I have not done THK. I should probably consider doing THK. What's the best way there? I could go Kaining Boreal Station. I could also just go over to the Tyrian Travel. I will note I am streaming earlier than I have been by a good bit because I am streaming after breakfast instead of after lunch. I've got a busy afternoon, evening sort of time ahead of me. So we're just going to... can I go to the Ice Caves of Sorrow? No. Interesting. Can I go to Dragon's Lair? I can. I probably have just been to Drox. Yeah, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to just continue advancing this character then, I guess. Well, I have all of the headpieces for her, too. At some point in time, we're going to need to go back to the Maguma Jungle on her, but no, not now. Okay, so I'm probably going to stick with this armor set being the one that I do things to. Okay, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Now let's go ahead and do I want to make any build tweaks? A lot of melee. What are my hero options? That's going to be a lot of melee. Not a whole lot I can properly do about that. There's some argument with that much melee that Gwen should be doing something slightly more, including barbs. But on the other hand, I have Avatar of Melandria and Avatar of Dwayne going on. So probably not. Yeah. These team comps seem fine. You know, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'm doing this in normal mode after all. I have hard mode available though. So anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. I myself have been doing fairly well. I guess I've been a little tired this week actually. But I've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest XI. I've been enjoying that game a good bit. That narrative definitely starts going places. Let's see. I probably have... Oh, I don't have market protection on this character. Interesting. How many capsics do I have? None. I'm going to need to fix that at some point, but that's not the highest of concerns. Ice Caves is a good spot to cap market protection. It's a skill I'll definitely want on this character at some point in time, but I also, because I have it unlocked, but I don't have it on this character, it would be convenient to get it now, but I also don't think it's important. Oh, what is this? This quest is probably... There it is. I know you don't want your monk slacking off trying to check their quest log in the middle of combat, but frankly, this is very weak stuff, so... Need to make sure I keep a bit of an eye on the clock, and I also want to make sure I hydrate up. Delicious. It's important to remain hydrated. Do I have any hex removal? No. That's fine. I don't need it, but... It's like, it would be a convenient time to get marker protection, but also, like... This character does not need to... Hey, Clean Star. Good to see ya. This, like, I don't need it exactly, and it's best not to waste the money on acquiring it right now. So I think I will hold off on grabbing it for now. Because I think I probably picked it up on my warrior. I got a lot of Monkey Elites on my warrior, frankly. Which, I mean, made a lot of sense because I wanted to have access to them, but... I'm barely having to do anything. Yeah, I have a lot of additional healing. Imbue healths on both of the dervishes. Yeah. I'm probably not going to have to get super involved unless things get particularly nasty. I don't think I have a whole lot of smiting prayers available, but I could potentially see leaning more towards smiting with Dunkoro. It is noticeably different. Oh my goodness, that stupid enter mission button. I mean, I appreciate why they did it. To try to make it stand out to people. But it is still freaking weird. We probably can take Marsat Ellies, but I might not be able to. That makes sense. I'll undoubtedly do these missions again in the future. I did want to capture Offering of Blood on this character, which I have not yet. That's something that I can get in these areas, though. I'm just removing all of the conditions. Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of monk elites I'm going to want to be getting as well. Oh. What are they? Oh. Ice imps. Milani, we don't need to be fighting the freaking Pine Souls. You doof. Having a character marked as aggressive is helpful when you're a monk, but they can also sometimes go a wee bit overboard. Oh, that was not great timing. Koro has a real tendency to stand around getting behind us, getting hit. It's not great. Yeah, we've got a decent amount of hex removal, but those heretics like to spread them hexes, so... Oh boy, our team's gonna struggle here a little bit because of all of the ice. It's just gonna impede movement. I want this a little bit lower. Disruption chop on my guardian is rude. Don't you know? What is this? Oh, this guy is offering blood. Maybe I should try to capture that here. Well, whatever. There's plenty of other places out in explorable maps that I can go as well, so it's not a huge deal. Why is the Stone Summit Carver so injured? Did he like aggro us earlier and then come running over here or something? Why is getting back? Maybe he's getting close enough to the... My goodness, these things are shaking like crazy. I don't remember them shaking so much. Dolyak. Dolyak pen. You got this, Dolyaks. Fight our battles for us. Charge of the Dolyaks. I think you can see the Celrorn accent up in the hill there. You should be able to do the bonus, right? Heroes are functionally always infused, right? Ah, much less shaking. Welcome relief. I don't know how people figured out that's the way you're supposed to go the first time. Maybe it was just kind of obvious, but... I mean, it's the sort of thing where you do this with other people who have already done it, so you learn from them, and you never, like, have the step of learning the first time, I guess. Kind of a weird thing to think about. But Don't quite know why I decided to go down there. It wasn't exactly necessary for anything. This ghostly staff skin is such a cool skin. Do I even actually want to bother with the bonus? I don't know. I guess I can see how we do against some of the early Mersat. Prot Spirit would help a lot, but Spirit Bond should suffice. I'm thinking about Spectral Agony. It does a bunch of health degen and damage over time. Yeah, he does. Kind of a nice little running joke, I suppose. Okay. Let's go over there too. Is this a more direct route? I usually go around, but it might not be necessary. Hmm. Yeah, it is. The dwarf all bundled up. Okay, we're gonna test our metal against these jade armor. Oh yeah, that looks like Spectral Agony on costs. Not a problem. And you know what? 2 weeks should revamp reward structure for Sorrow's Furnace to make that one work better. Because, like, Sorrow's Furnace is really cool, but the rewards for it are just giant piles of experience. The main reason to do it these days is Black Mo check. Or if for some reason you want a lot of experience points, I guess. There's probably better ways of doing that. Yeah, okay, let's go grab another. Of course, the Black Moa chick is the main use of Spiritwood planks as well, so. Yeah, it's neat to, like, just go into the... It's a really cool area. Like, the visuals of it are really neat, and sometimes some of the quests are a little tedious, but... So... It was a huge farming area. There was, I remember back in the day, there's what was called The Gear Trick. There's a webcomic that was, I don't know, not super long lived, that had that same name. That was a Guild Wars 1 themed webcomic, but it's called The Gear Trick because what happened is before factions came out, probably. I forget exactly when they changed it, but there's a one point in time where enemies would basically like, there was aggro control in this game in the form of if you were holding an item like this barrel, enemies would just all target you. So somebody could carry the gear, a gear that you need to open doors in Sorrow's Furnace, and it would get all of the enemies to always like perma aggro on them. So that was the gear trick. And what ended up happening is you'd bond up the person who was holding the gear. They would absorb all 100% of the aggro, and you'd use bonds to functionally make them unkillable. And then you would take out all the enemies that way. Like everybody else could basically is like a bonder, damage, and the tank. And Sauce Furnace is also the introduction of greens. So, like, that's also kind of a big deal. I'm definitely going to be curious to see what... Because 2 weeks added that quest to pre-searing. I do want to check that out at some point in time. It's going to be a bit before I do that on stream. Or I might do, like, some sort of bonus thing. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it just yet. Honestly, Tomb of the Primeval Kings is in a similar spot, though. Where, like, I think it's a little bit better in terms of, like, rewards, maybe. But not as much experience. I don't know. Like, they're still kind of figuring out elite content. And they've gone back to the Underworld and the Fish of Woe to add the, like, completion chests to those. But they haven't done that with some of the other ones, so... Yeah, because here's we get our view down that way. Man, the wind sound effect that they have here does such a good job of sounding like a cold, chill wind. I really don't need that up right now. Okay. I'm pretty confident in our ability to take down these Mersat. Well, go get them. I mean, they're level 24, so they're definitely a little bit stronger than average, but... No, we've got some savants coming around here. Cracked armor. Cracked armor doesn't even do anything against casters most of the time. Let's see. I think we'll just go down this way, maybe. I'm gonna make sure these guys have refreshed their... It's probably Shatter Enchantment on Vex Attunement, if I had to guess. I'm gonna pre-prop myself just in case I get Spectral Agony put on me. That was prudent. Like, I was able to survive Spectral Agony because I pre-prodded. That's a large group, and I don't want to fight them. I don't know if we could take them or not. They're gonna have... The thing is, the Sycophants in there have a lot of potential to really disrupt things that is concerning. If anybody wonders why I have my drop item button all the way over there, if you are holding an item and you hit one of your weapon sets, you'll drop the item, so that works just as well. Okay, well, this group is coming around. So let's see how we do, I guess. Well, we wiped them out without any issue, so I guess it was no problem. They were just intimidating looking, not actually threatening. I mean, honestly, though, how dangerous can an enemy be if their skill bar is 3 skills? You know? And that's part of the... Like, the biggest thing that I would have done with hard mode is rather than jacking up stats like they did, I would have improved bars. Honestly, improved bars and better AI decision making would have done a lot to make hard mode harder. Okay, that's enough of that cutscene. I would have really liked it if, or I would really like it if they would add the last 2. Is it last 2? Last 3? I don't know. They've got a number of outfits in Guild Wars 2 that are based on the avatar of forms, like the avatar of Melandra, avatar of Dwayna. They have like 3 of them, I think. They're missing Grenth, Melandra, and Cormier. And they have Balthazar, Lissa, and Dwayna. And I would really like it if they'd get the ones that they're missing added in. For a long time, I didn't understand why some enemies were left alive when the Mersat went past. But it's the White Mantle. They don't kill the White Mantle. They only kill the dwarves. Which makes perfect sense, obviously. Wonder why I haven't upgraded Koss's shield, at least. Need a better sword for him. Might as well use this time for major domination magic. That might have a little bit of value, might not. A lot of this stuff is not seeming especially valuable. Once they are past me, I'm going to go talk to Hamdor. I need to turn that quest in. What do I get for it? Mend ailment. I see why I have not been enthusiastic. Okay, Hamdor. I'll tell you about your spy. I always like these Mersat teleport gates. It's like... This is one of the weird problems that I have with Guild Wars 2 from a lore standpoint. Is they kind of act like... And it's not just a Guild Wars 2 problem to some extent. It starts in Guild Wars 1 with the Asuran gates that we see. But they kind of act like the Asura are the only ones with like gating technology. And you look which obviously, like, they're kind of a little bit away from that. They ask for reward of plenty of gates and things like that. But, like, especially, like, early on, it's like, oh, yeah, these are the people with gates. It's like, okay, but what was that thing from the end of Ruins of Sirmia that took us to the Nolani Academy? Like, what was that? That was clearly some sort of human magic that had a long-distance teleporting effect. Man, that's a huge horde of Mersa elementalists. I would not want to fight that. They might not have a huge depth of spells, but their spells are going to hit pretty freaking hard. And as you can see, like I said, they leave the White Mantle alive. Anyway. I feel like I've completely lost my train of thought, and that's okay. I got there. I was talking about... Yeah, you're right. I was. Yeah, so, like, we have the Mersat gates. Obviously, that technology would not be something that would be maintained once the Mersat are basically wiped out. But, like, they have their gate technology as well. Hey, Salty Grease. Good to see you. Making humanoid-friendly race with current technology to create and maintain portals. Yeah, you're probably right. It's more a matter of, like... They're the ones that have the technology in high enough numbers and etc. These Mersat are getting wiped out by dwarf cannons. Excellent. Half the Mersat were wiped out. I just think it's kind of interesting, like, how much they're, like, presented as, like, the dominant ones with the gate technology, and competing gate technologies aren't. Like, again, it's something that starts showing up in Guild Wars 2, but the concept, like, other people have gating technology of some kind, and it's not explored much. I don't know. I don't know if Arena has ever gone into the history of the gating technology scene in Ruins of Sirmia. Or at the end of Ruins of Sirmia, I should say. Yeah. Except for, like, Maban, and he was elsewhere. You can do it, Stone Summit Engineer. Maybe. I'm gonna go around now. Are they still in the blast radius? Yes. There's one left and it's weak. Let's gink it. We got it. Venya, stop dying on me. Dunkoro, stop standing around to heal everyone else and getting smacked in the face by rocks. Yeah, this is where there's, like, always a Dolyak boss. Funny that their own rocks hurt themselves, but... Planning to work on your Mlandu's Accord Paragon. That'd be cool if you could finish Nightfall. I need to be finishing Nightfall. Oh, Mlandu's arrows is what's causing the bleeding. That checks out. Honestly, I don't think they need to adjust anything with that skill. It just marker protection. It just encourages people to actually bring enchantment removal. 'Cause that's all you need to do. Just bring some enchantment removal and you're good. Okay, yes, I get it. Let's get out of the rocks fall party dies range. Okay. Stone summit. I have a drain enchantment. That's probably enough. That creates the window you need. I probably also have rend enchantment, rending sweep on the dwarves. Yeah. Yay, victory is mine. Okay, that's one Ice Caves of Sorrow down. I think most of the stuff I identified already. You're thinking about enchantment removal recently? Yeah. Depending upon what your Paragon is doing, you can also like secondary it off of Necro or Mesmer. Wow, I've got a good stock of these already. Nice. Sentries is not going to be worth anything. Yeah. Survivor? No. That one's not got any value. Minor Sword and Blighters is a Necro one. Yeah, it's not. I didn't think that was going to be worth anything. Minor Sword, also not worth anything. Major Domination's the only one of these that might. No, that's not worth anything either. I mean, Superior Domination at 340 is freaking affordable, so. I should check. Yeah, okay, she does have one. I probably acquired them when they're more valuable. Enough people playing that the markets have gotten... Like, enough people are set up now that the markets have gotten saturated. I'll deposit the gold, but I'm also going to grab 6 plat and buy Signets of Capture. Yeah, Reforged really threw things off. How do I not have Banish? Oh, this is a factions character. You get Banish, I think, through Prophecies. I probably have it unlocked, but... Okay, hi Guild Battle. Random. Floating Guild Battle button. I think the thing that does it for me is that the button has absolutely no border around it. It's just a floating button, so it looks really, like, funky. Like, if it had a little window around it, like the Party Formation or Guild or Vault Box or whatever, you see this, like, border window that they have around stuff. I think I would feel better about this floating button, but the fact that it's just there by itself is what feels so weird to me. So it is like, again, I understand why they would take it out of the party window to try to make it that way, because like people who start in Nightfall and then go to Prophecies or Factions don't know how to start missions because it's a different mechanism. And like the fact that they had one mechanism that they used in 2 of the campaigns, and then the other campaign and the expansion use a different system is confusing. Hey, Mr. Jack. Anyway, I can talk and also fail at this mission. Actually, I'll probably do fine. Should I have brought a signet of capture? Probably a lot less likely to run into a boss that I want to capture from in this. So, like, yeah, I appreciate the reasons behind the floating button, even as I dislike it from a, like, visualized standpoint, I guess you could say. Like, aesthetics, that's the term I want. I'm gonna go the back way. I probably could go the front way or whatever. There goes Marcus, the traitor. Traitorous Marcus. I've been very, very infrequently playing through the game with a friend, and I made a ranger, and I'm like, I probably won't get an elite skill until Marcus. And just being like, that's a ways away. Here, Gwen. I'm gonna go get myself to the Ring of Fire Island chain. I'll probably, when I do Ring of Fire, bring a cap signet, because I do want Shield of Deflection on it, even though I already have it. Yeah, Paragon as a profession. I mean, Dervish has this problem too, to an extent, that they only have one campaign in the expansion worth of skills, so just have fewer skills available to them than every other profession, which doesn't help anything, strictly speaking. But like, man, I would be so over being able, like, if they could, if 2 weeks gets to the point where they're able to make another expansion, I would love to buy another expansion for this game. But anyway, but Paragon and Dervish are definitely like short on skills relative to the others. And Paragon doesn't have the ring of avatars that you get as soon as you get Sunspear, providing you a bajillion elites. And like, your early elite with Paragon is Cautery Signet. You know, like, that's the first one you're going to encounter, I believe. And Dervish has Pious Renewal, and Pious Renewal is like able to just fuel an entire build set by itself, and Cautery Signet is supplementary at best. It's just, it's ridiculous. There's no comparison between the two in terms of like how useful they are. Paragon is just awkward in a lot of ways. It's just intrinsically hard to balance. Yeah, I mean, Cruel Spear is fine, though. Do you get, like, Anthem of Purification? Is there an earlier spot to get that? Isn't that... Am I thinking... Because there's... No, Anthem, right. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, they're... Like... So, this game's balance is not great, if you ask me. Like, it's carried on a really strong core concept, not on polish. Like, which isn't to say that it doesn't have a decent amount of polish. I do think it has a decent amount of polish, but like, there's a lot of the the balance and stuff like that. That could be so much better, in my opinion. I mean, balance is a subjective thing, and that's something we don't talk about enough. So I definitely have my ideas of what a more balanced version of this game would look like, but I mean, other people are free to disagree because everybody's gonna have their own sort of ideas on that. But yeah, there's an awful lot of elites that are... The problem is elites are all competing against each other for that elite slot. And so, like, it can be quite challenging. Yeah, we both try to clean up that condition. Yeah, that's the problem. Is one of the challenges that Monk has is it's, as a profession, it is built around, like, your elite just becomes so important for pushing health bars up for healing prayers that you have more flexibility, but the part of the there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of focus on different things, but you kind of need more viable, like, variant. Man, the Z fighting there is ferocious. The things that you need to do in order to be able to make a healing prayers elite something that you'd pick over word of healing, like you have to, like, prop prayers is way more flexible. Let me just put it this way: that glitchy ground is very low on my list of priorities for 2 weeks. Part of the challenge that you have with Monk healing prayer elites is Monk is not great at doing support roles outside of pushing bars up, or, like, you know, Monk things. I'm putting that on Dunkor specifically because he's the one who seems most likely to stand around getting his face exploded. Clearly that wasn't true, but that was what my thought was. But, like, I mean, I've talked about this before. Healing Light is a really good example of, this is an elite that does not have the ability to compete in healing prayers. Like, it's not going to heal as much as Word of Healing. Its recharge and cast time are worse. That has higher upside. Healing Burst also has a more immediate heal as well as a party heal. That allows it to compete against Word of Healing. Its maximum output on a single target is lower, and its recharge is worse. But the AoE and the greater immediate, like, consistency are strong enough to warrant it. Healing Burst is therefore fantastic. There's a real choice between Healing Burst and Word of Healing when it comes to pushing health bars up. Healing Light just cannot factor in. And so, if you want to make Healing Light good, you don't put it in Healing Prayers. You put it in Divine Favor. If Healing Light was in Divine Favor, it would suddenly be extremely usable, because then you could use it with any sort of divine, like, any sort of build where you're not using Healing Prayers. Like, yeah, Word of Healing is good, but you're right. It is hard to tell if a bar is... If somebody's at, like, 49, 48%, you know, it can be hard to tell. Which is why people have, in the past, run, like, text mods that put 50% markers on health bars and stuff like that. So you could tell when they're under. But, like... And Word of Healing is also really awkward to use with heroes, because heroes like to keep health bars topped up. Excuse me. Yeah, and then you have to keep the UI consistent, though. Consistently placed. So, like, any more... like goofy healing prayers elite is just gonna really struggle to find space. Um, there you go. Good old blue tack. So yeah, it's just challenging for other types of elites to show up, and the problem is, and there's a couple of others. Glimmer of Light has the low recharge, right? Or Glimmering Light or whatever it is. Yeah, exactly. Physical hacks, and like Healer's Boon is not strictly speaking healing prayers elite, but it might as well be. That has some ability and stuff like that, but Light of Deliverance is the thing is Light of Deliverance is awkward to actually fit in. Like that's another one where I think there was some issue that they had with like elementalists using it or something, and so they like nerfed it. Like if you wanted to do that, just stick it in Divine Favor. It becomes more flexible in terms of monk usage. Becomes an elite version of like Heaven's Light skills. Is this time a better time of day for people in general, by the way? Just earlier as I have been. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like Light of Deliverance just feels clunky to use in a weird sort of way. That's the elite heal party. I don't remember what its numbers are. I recall it not healing as well as heal party and with a longer recharge. So it's like, yes, it's only 5 energy, but it's more of an elite version of Heaven's Delight. And it's like, yeah, that's the thing. Is like heal party is extremely potent. It's just very energy intensive. Honestly, I should probably be running it on this bar over Heaven's Delight. I can see why I'm not, though. If I had it, heal party would be healing for 75. This character apparently doesn't have it for some random reason. It might be... I did all the Megumi quests, right? I probably just haven't acquired it. I mean, it's not a high priority. Oh. What does Dusk Strider have? If it's Signet of Judgment, I'm not capping it. Well, I don't have a Signet of Capture with me anyway. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. Yeah, it is. I don't know. I still maintain that I don't actually think Isaiah Cartwright knew how to balance this game properly. I was definitely more supportive back in the day, but like... as I've learned more about these sorts of things, I feel like the intrinsic philosophy that he brought didn't work. Like, there's other ways that you could handle Smiter's Boon as well. Like, changing functionality would be a potential option. Of course, I don't know what limitations are under for that sort of thing, but... And you could even make it an enchantment that's like, whenever enchanted ally deals damage, they're healed for a percentage of the damage they dealt. Not even sure he has a philosophy. Managed to focus on some skills and buffs not of others. Push. Well, no, he's. I'm positive that Isaiah Cartwright has a way that he is thinking about how he's approaching the balance of the game. And that's all I mean by a philosophy to the balance, right? Like, there's some method that he's using to say, okay, this is how I want to approach balance. I disagree with that method, and that's what I mean. Like, and the thing is, I'm not 100% sure what his background is from game stuff. I mean, he worked for a long time with Guild Wars, but like the fact that he was presumably fairly involved with some of the development of the systems for the skills on Guild Wars 2 further like enhances that negative perception on him. Yeah, that was my understanding. And the thing is, like, the people at 2 weeks should feel confident to do skill balancing stuff too. And the fact that, like, they're like, oh, Isaiah Cartwright came back to do skill balance. I'm like, okay, but that doesn't inspire confidence in me. Like, I appreciate the Smiter's Boon joke, but, like, the question you need to ask is, how did the environment for smiting prayers become such that, like, that one, please, become such that Smiter's Boon was broken? Like, that's a fundamental question you need to ask yourself. And, like, I don't know, Smiting Prayers has the same friggin' problem that Blood Magic has, which is that they implemented a range of skills and prophecies, and, you know, they were starting from scratch. And then when they are making factions in Nightfall and Eye of the North, they're not looking at things from a broad perspective. They're looking at what does this attribute already do, and then they tend to implement more of that. And so because what they're doing is more of, instead of what is the philosophy of this attribute, they ended up, to some extent, implementing redundancy. And then that's where you start to get to develop problems. I do think, to be fair to the 2 ArenaNet, that they did implement, like, following Smite Hex. I think Smite Hex was here. No, I need the party one up. The core is going to be easier by campaign. So if you look, anything that's in core was a Prophecy's original skill. I don't remember if Smite Hex is... Oh, it's... Yeah. So Smite Hex was like an initial skill. And using this as a framework for... obviously it took it until here, but Smite Condition and Reversal of Damage, which may or may not be unlocked on this account. But using it as, like, that's the direction that Smiting Prayers probably generally should have gone to. Okay. And this is, yeah. Now my armor is all infused. Excellent. Hello, Seer. Thank you. Now, I personally don't have to worry about Spectral Agony either. But like, part of the problem is they kept copying Banish and Smite. And it's like, okay, Banish and Smite were doing very specific things. I don't think their implementation of Smite was good either. But like that idea of, oh, I'm punishing somebody who's attacking is like fine, I guess, but like regardless, like Banish made a lot of sense. But like trying to just make more smites was not the right approach, in my opinion. Like you want more things that like you want some stuff like that that is very flavorful, very thematic. Banish is I think Banish is weaker than it should be. Um yeah, punishing attacking is like what a bunch of illusion magic is. And, like that's the thing too, is like the problem is they get such a mechanical identity, which isn't necessarily in itself a problem, but they get a mechanical identity that creates a great deal of redundancy. And that's where you start running into problems. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Guild Wars 2 Mesmer implementation, but it's kind of a design flaw with Guild Wars 2. Well, flaw is maybe not quite the right word. It's a difference in design direction with Guild Wars 2 that kind of contributes to that and makes things a little bit difficult. I want to go grab those gold coins. But at least they were able to give it a bit more of an identity. Illusion magic in Guild Wars 1 is just kind of awkward. Yeah. The only reason it doesn't is because they didn't think of it. And, like, there's definitely some potential challenges with it, but not insurmountable ones. I mean, the other thing, too, like, illusion magic basically has snares, health degen, and punishing attacking. That's clumsiness, conjure phantasm, and imagined burden. that's basically it, along with a few like other random things like illusion of weakness and illusion of haste. It's a weird attribute. But I mean, most of the time when you're bringing it for an ineptitude, clumsiness, wandering eye build. And then those spawns, you have a chance to capture Barrage off of Marcus. That was always a challenge back in the day, before they broke up the spawn times for these Jade armors. Half of them spawn like at the same time, the other spawn after. I just want to go through this. Blessed Vitae. Hey, Dead on Stick. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Can you tell that I have adjusted settings, finally, for the stream? Let me go check to see if any of these are worth anything. I don't know why I have a spare superior protection purse floating around. Probably worth just selling, right? It's gotta be. Yeah. Superior protection purse. Survivors is not worth anything. Blessed and Vitae. Blessed is one that sometimes has value and sometimes doesn't. Vitae is worth something, though. Okay. I mean, if you want to party up for THK, you're welcome to join. Thunderhead Slumber Party, more like. I'm going to drop this jade bracelet off with my other jade bracelets. Were you in THK, Mr. Jack? Ah, yes, Inferno Jack. Sure. Milani, get out of here. You too can hang around waiting for... thanks, Tip? I'm gonna kick... Oh, did you want to join in too, Dead on Stick? Did you want to hang around? Get out of here, Koss. Sure, you can join in. And Dead on Stick. I was looking in all chat instead of... Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. Why not? Why not do it with a bunch of people? Oh man. See, suddenly other people can worry about fighting enemies. Instead of me having to lead the charge. I would like to stay on my feet. Somebody's been fighting Palawa Joko. Oh, we're going to see so much more loot. That's one of the things that you don't realize if you spend most of your time playing with heroes is just how much loot they steal from you. Yeah, there it is. I knew there's going to be another one of those. Rocking the 4 elementalist party. R. Mysterious. Oh, did you see Dead on Stick that I had a whole thing talking about the time I got reincarnated as a slime at the end of the most recent Life and Channel update video? I think it was the most recent one. I mean, it doesn't change a whole lot, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, I spent a while talking about the series thus far. I am looking forward to book 23, whenever it is that that finally comes out. Yeah, we've got Melandru's arrows going on here. Ellis, do you need to... Oh, man. That's some good damage mitigation. Save yourselves is just so much damage mitigation. I haven't gotten... No, I haven't really... Boy, this character needs to get around more. When I'm thinking about PvE, only skills that I don't have. These rangers are really shooting you all up. It's interesting how we get in habits of going specific ways just because they get modeled to us and then we just kind of repeat them. I've kind of always gone around this path. Okay, Dunkoro, please stop that. And by that I mean getting shot by arrows. Oh man. I'm just thinking about podcast mode at the end. This mission felt so hard back in the day, and I don't know. I continue to feel perplexed by it. Wow, that's pretty close to like Legendary Survivors. Oh, well, pretty close, like halfway. Legendary Survivor is like 1.3 mil, 1.34 mil, roughly. Oh yeah, we need to kill that group too. Sometimes I need to use my skills in different orders. I mean, Dunkoro is there to make up for my poor decision making, but really should have Guardianed Vec first and then try to heal him. Ooh, gold coins. It's a race for the jackpot. Okay, was that all the groups? I mean, I guess we can LE these guys down from down here. Yeah, I see that. We need to get Jealous over to the spot where the thing is. We have 4 elementalists. This should be doable. You know, it would be really interesting in this game to have attribute lines that use the same weapons across different professions, because then you could do cross-profession synergies. That would be really interesting, I think. Like, if Ranger had a sword attribute line, then you could mix Ranger sword with Warrior sword skills. Obviously, you'd be investing in 2 attribute lines, but it could be interesting if they synergized in some ways. I'm ready for looting. Man, I need a Shield of Absorption on this character. Get into my inventory, Hornbow. Are you dual tuning Dead on Stick? Yeah, I kind of figured. It's probably semi-similar to Acolyte Sosuke. Semi-similar. The real problem, honestly, is, in my opinion, is the number of enchantment removal skills that remove 2 enchantments. Because, like, I understand they want... Like, you need ways to counterplay defensive things. Like, the big problem is that Elementalist is designed poorly. And you kind of need your enchantments in order to be able to manage your energy at all. Yeah, bonus makes this legitimately easier. Might as well get it. You don't need an increased movement speed skill to be able to get the bonus. What is Anya doing on stick? But if you want, I'll get east and you can head west. It'd be fine. There's one torch at each of the things. That's weird. Twitch doesn't... yes. I'll go east. Wing. Okay. Honestly, using bonus mission pack to get weapons for those is pretty good. Yeah, so those jade armor we can ignore, and they'll actually like kill enemies if you leave them there. Everyone's jumping at the bit to go fight. We just need to delight the beacons to get them to move out of the way, and that's it. It's kind of... It's a weird bonus. Man, I wish chess felt more worth it more of the time. I know Ultimate Apathy got a key, but... I talked about that earlier, but... in a previous stream. But I feel like chests need to feel like slightly higher rate of return. It's honestly it's the same issue that I have, except compounded a bajillion times because of the real money implications. But it's the same problem that I have with the Black Lion chests in Guild Wars 2, where it's like the other thing I was thinking about this yesterday for some random reason, but I really feel like ArenaNet would be well served with the gem store in Guild Wars 2 if they had items that were like under 100 gems. Because like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like being at the mercy of RNG for runes is quite the challenge. I know, right? Oh yeah, it's healing signet. Did you see him use a belly smash dead on stick? I stopped paying attention partway through to heal. Man, what a pity. They'll get here eventually. Eventually. Man, I remember trying to use the friggin' firing levers on those ballista to do anything, and it's just like the enemies are so hard to actually like hit and accumulate any meaningful damage on. Ah, yes, of course, Elemental Lord. I know, they're trying to sneak up the sides. There's a black bear out there that's aggroed for some reason. Why is there an aggroing black bear? Oh, Zealot's armor. I mean, the materials might be useful. But on the other hand, if you're in 15k armor already, probably not super important. Elite gladiators, as is tradition. I don't wish I had healing breeze right now, but oh well. Guy's trying to use Well of the Profane on us. How rude. I can go for about another 2 hours. friggin' White Mandalore level 16. Like, I don't know what they're expecting here, but why are they throwing... Oh, that one's level 18. Oh, man. Lightning Hammer? Do we have 3 Duelo Tuners in this party? I didn't even notice you walked down there. Yeah, we do. Okay, Justicar. I see you over there. Man, make me wish I had heal party for sure. On the other hand, Elemental Lord. So... Here, have this for... Cuz. Oh, goodness. Careful, Jack. You are far away from port. Oh, we have Crisis something something. The magnetic. Oh man, we're getting close to this this reaching its conclusion. Was your damage getting horrendously mitigated? Oof. Yeah, infinity armor. Oh man. So what's it rated at? Like 150 damage or something? I guess. Sosuke's is 141, so it's probably about 146, 148. Okay. My estimate was not terribly far off. So at... Yeah, that is... Some serious armor. What did it work out to as? Where is this white mantle emblem? Well, nowhere I care about trying to go get it. That's a huge mitigation factor. Because it's... What is the divisor there? Right, 148 being 28 damage. Yeah. So yeah, 140. So like it might be a little bit more than that, like 160 or something maybe. Because that's closer to a fifth. I mean, that's the thing. Like, Prophecies bosses don't get bonus damage, but they have ridiculous defense. So I tend to prioritize the mobs around them because they're going to tank all of the damage. I mean, we can calculate it, though. You just have to reverse the formula. I remember doing the math calculations on yeah, but like level difference impacts base spell damage in the sense that your strike level is based upon your level. So you're going to be dealing 60 strike level at level 20. That's not going to affect... It might affect his maximum HP, but it's not going to affect the... it's going to affect the amount of spell damage he deals, but not the amount of spell damage you deal to him. So that's not going to impact things. Because the damage formula is... I mean, there's some other random things, but like the main multiplier is 2 to the strike level minus armor level over 40. And strike level is calculated... No, as far as I'm aware, level doesn't affect any part of the defensive formula. I'm pretty sure is like just the... So spell damage is 3 times your level for the strike level, whereas weapons are 5 times your attribute up to 12, and then an additional like 2, I think it is, for each rank above that, and your level does not matter for attack damage. Your armor value is just your armor stuff plus other affecting factors. Jealous, if you're going to be trying to aggro on enemies from up there, could you do me a favor and pull out a bow? Like the ghostly hero. Like, I remember doing the math on, like, being hit for 164 or whatever crazy number it was, 180 chain lightnings off of enemies in the Fissure of Woe in the Wailing Lord's Forest. I think it is. Like, why did these things hit so hard? It's because they're, like, level 28 and they have max air magic, and then you have the armor penetration. We're in normal mode. There's no hard mode thing at the corner. Oh, you mean the enemies? I don't remember for Fissure of Woe. This was a while ago. I just remember I did the math afterwards. I'm like, that seems like a really big number. And then after I did it, I'm like, no, that is correct. And it's just... it might have been hard mode. I don't remember. Ooh, we're going to be in Ember Light Camp after this. That'll be exciting. Did I get Cure Hex on this character? Yeah. 156 armor. Yeah, okay. That sounds about like what I'd expect. Then, which is an absolutely absurd amount of armor. But you can also see why Save Yourselves jumping us to that sort of value can mitigate damage so freaking much. Yeah. I don't... Do you need... Oh, I guess that's... Log is something that you can pull out. And this mission is so intense, we're doing somewhat higher level of mathematics. The one that did the point blank around you as well as at the target or whatever. It's a weird thing where, because I like the new Phoenix's functionality too. It adds some utility to fire, but like it's a weird sort of thing where you kind of like, that's the way I want to phrase this. Sometimes when they change skill functionality, there's something nice about the old functionality as well, and you kind of wish you could keep it. So like that also sometimes happens with PvEP versus PvE functionality, where they change a skill for PvE, or they split them, and it's like, but the PvP functionality also is useful. It's like PvP Aegis is just a completely different skill than PvE Aegis, and sometimes it would be nice to be able to, you know, I heard some of it floating around. Apparently, Consume Soul was the new Blood Spike. That's basically my understanding. And they're like, okay, maybe we should give this a little bit of an activation time. If you really wanted to change things up, make it so that way teams can only have one of any given elite skill in them. Oh, good. So there was an enemy in Dragon Quest XI named Dora in Gray. If you want to know what that game's like. Yeah, see, they're parking right between the hit spots of two of those. Wrong lava! That's such a fun movie. I mean, we might as well just wander over there and fight their faces directly. Huh. Confessor Dorian managed to survive longer. Interesting. He had a tall shield. Now we need to go get that Justicar. I'll have that skill point, you know. Yay. You won your duel. Congratulations. We're through that. It only took 36 minutes. Felt like it took longer. Oh, man.
May the gods protect you.
Okay. Let's see what's going on in my looting situation. Highly salvageable. 5 steel ingots. What is this? Tundra Giants Bracers. Interesting. It's just weird seeing this cloth or the thing that I'm used to being cloth armor icon stacking with something. So I was like, what is going on here? Donlieb. Okay. Take care, Clean Star. Glad you're able to drop by. All right. Well, I've got a bunch of skills to capture around here. Do I want to go skill hunting? Do I want to just press on with life? I don't need to grab healing hands because that's already unlocked on my account. Right? No, it's not. Telling me it's not. Okay, well. I'll slot on a Sign of Capture. You guys gonna continue to hang out with me? Jack and Dead on Stick. Before I wander off into... Okay. I have candy canes. Why? That was the most inefficient use of bank space. I have no idea why I was not stacking those Armors of Salvation. It's like, look at this bank tab on these Armors of Salvation. Yeah, Avatar of Dwayne is probably fine there. If we see roll, I will capture Healing Hands off of him. Though this might not be the ideal character to get it on. I don't know. Honestly, I could just as well get it on my assassin. Huh, I'm so weird that I don't have that one captured yet. I've had a bajillion chances to. Oh, these guys are rude. Man, I wish I had... Do I? I do. Okay, well... Take back what I said. Okay, we're gonna hit roll Browbeater after we kill this Ether Seal. And this Phantom that decided to ambush us from the Ether. Go forth. I will stand back here to protect you. Go forth. Oh, heroes. If I want this on another character, I can always capture it later. Watch out for the Mago Hydras being meteor showery. Okay, she got it. I made her waste her whatever. I shouldn't try to backseat Mesmer Gwen, I suppose. Okay, Healing Hands unlocked. I am surprised it took me this long, but here we are. One of the problems hampering as well, like Monk, is that you have Monk elites are often difficult to use on secondaries because they're calibrated around the existence of Divine Favor. Healing Hands is fine. Like, I don't know. I feel like Healing Hands probably should have a slightly lower recharge or something. I don't know. It's such an iconic elite, but also kind of hard to make, like, find a time when you actually want to use it, you know? These guys can hit like trucks, but... Ooh, I bet that's good salvaging. Ooh. I should probably replace Spirit Bond on my bar with Healing Breeze, huh? Or, Or Vac. What happened to Vac? Oh, I should probably replace Lightning Javelin with... Because, like, one of the weird things about Healing Hands is arguably the non-elite version Healing Seed is better. Because it also heals an AoE around. That's one of the wonky things about it. Is, like, it's an elite version of a skill that, like, what it has going for it is a shorter cast time. Otherwise, it's worse. Except, I mean, shorter cast time and less energy, but otherwise it's worse. It's like, that's actually kind of awkward. Argyle. These guys, for like all the more that they're in here, aren't particularly notable. Anybody else want to open the chest? Otherwise, I'm just talking to the captain here. Okay. I'm going to take that as captain time. That brought me here and dumped you guys out of the party. Game. Keep being goofy, I guess. I don't know why it split the party up, but... That's fine. I'm going to do some inventory management. Okay. Yeah, he's fine to keep using. Highly salvageable, A. 42 wood planks, A. Starting a new thing of wood, A. Nicky Cash. There's a chance that the Shield of Deflection boss will be available. I'm not too concerned about trying to capture that now because I already have it unlocked on my account. It's just if we run across it on this character, I do want to have it at some point in time. I am planning on doing the bonus here, by the way, if anybody has any armor they want to infuse. Because I think trying to go the other way is a ridiculous proposition. I was thinking about this. I want breeze over that. What was the other? I was thinking of, oh yes, Cure Hex. I think I'd rather have Cure Hex than Mend Condition. I do want to keep Guardian and Shielding Hands going, though. I don't know, Healing Burst is nice. Healing Ribbon is one of those spells that I like more than it's good. Does that make sense? Oh, right. Vec. I want a Shock Arrow instead of Lightning Javelin. Probably still want to run the rest of this, though. I was noticing his energy issues. I don't see a reason to change much here. I could run Phoenix, but I don't feel like that would be... Yeah, half the damage for a heal that we don't need is not worth it. Okay. I got 2 check marks from my teammates, so we'll just hop in. Again, I don't want to go out of our way to try to hunt down the Shield of Deflection boss, but if we happen across it. Yeah, I have a character that's like sort of close. I just need to do cartography and 2 of the consumption titles. And I should just like buy the stuff for the consumption titles. I have enough money on my main account, but like I haven't. At some point I'll do vanquishes on this account and that will really help the financial situation. I wonder if I should still be doing Avatar of Dwayne on him. Oh well, I am. It's fine. I hit the wrong button. Well, we are getting interrupted like crazy here. You know what part of it is? We've got these freaking E-Surgers absolutely ruining my energy pool. Yeah, we definitely over-aggroed there. Need to recover some energy on Dankoro and Vec. I usually just take it down. Why is Gwen's energy so garbage? She probably doesn't have good gear. Yeah, that was... What? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, she has 8 fast casting, not 9. Huh. Well, that's slight oversight, but... Okay, let's go pop this Ether Seal. Wow. Dunkoro completely lost all of his energy in that. I know. Those tower stripping enchantments is absolutely brutal. That's why Sosuke is out of energy, too. Oh, Assassin's Promise. Yeah, that'll help with energy management. Glyph of Energy can also work to remove the need for enchantments. Yeah, I mean, for Gwam, you probably have all elite skills, right? You need those 4 titles. I do enjoy the fishing one. Cod walking amongst mere minnows. And that's about the only thing I enjoy about the fishing in Guild Wars 2. I don't know why people insist on fishing minigames as being a thing that they want so much. I don't think there's any fishing minigame that I have encountered that I'm like, ah yes, this was a good and worthwhile thing to have in the game. Because I enjoyed it. Yeah, there's things that I like about Guild Wars 2 personally, but I do feel that the core design is pretty weak, and they're having to overcompensate for that. Okay. Time to go fight a bunch more ether towers. Oh yeah. My favorite way to fight ether towers is with a longbow from a cliff. Out of range. We're gonna bully an endangered species. The Eidolons? Yeah, I guess so. Who's ready for walking in magma? Actually, I guess it's lava. Magma is under the ground. Lava is above the ground. Isn't that right? Something like that. What if there's an elementalist spell that created a pool of lava that applied this while you're there, you're on fire and being crippled effect? Molten lava is a bit of a redundancy in terms. You are absolutely correct. Other pet peeves, like I have some, like pin number is redundant. Personal identification number. I think I might get my divine favor hat next. Done an acronym syndrome. Yeah. That's funny. It's like the Department of Redundancy department. I've always liked that particular little joke. Okay. The question is, am I capturing Shield of Deflection on this character today or not? I don't remember if Grungale... I think Grungale Surge is the one. Yeah. I remember X and A. Boy, I had to think about that one for a while. Okay, well, I guess I'm capturing shield deflection. I will take it. X and A is not acronymed. That's really funny. Yep. Okay. And shield of deflected. This is slightly inefficient, but I don't care. I like this elite and I like having it. I would tend to draw out the enemies, kill them off, and then kill the ether towers. Probably that one and then that one. But does anybody have a good polling option? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh, this is gonna go badly. Okay. I have to admit, it's nice having shield of deflection. Quite fond of it. Hey, you. Get wanded. Come over here. Ow. Good thing I had healing breeze on for 5 seconds. Okay, we still got the energy for a coordinated attack. I say looking at my heroes and not being able to see what the energy levels of my human allies are. Yeah, right. Because you run in and then you get knocked down. Plus, they lower your energy, so Mind Shock is more effective. Good old Mersat hammers. I am shocked that they didn't bring the Mersat weapons back in Janthir Wilds at any point. Like, they concocted some new ones, but they didn't bring back the ones from the bonus mission pack. Okay. So, let's take a moment, since we had a good spawn there and we're able to draw them out. I tend to like to run to that corner and, like, just straight up flag over there. And then, like, kill off those guys and work our way back. That tends to be how I approach this. So, let's rock. I flagged my heroes. I've gotten knocked over. Oh, yeah. That went about as well as it normally does, which is not great, but, like, we made it. Okay, Gwen, I don't know what's going on with you, but you're having a bad day. That much is clear. I'm glad they don't have the anti-signet spirit that makes signets cost energy. Okay, this Ether Seal is being a jerk. Okay. Next step, Ether Seal 1. Let's stand in the improved wanding damage zone. Man. Okay, let's recover energy for a moment. Mox, activating power save mode. Yes, thank you. Okay, and Ether Seal time. You know, I was expecting to be the one mind shocked, and I wasn't, and I'm okay with that. Okay, now we have an angry... I don't know what... Golem, I guess. Magical construct. Got some Jade Bows coming up behind us. Alright, time to carry some weird intestines back to Seer. Where's my Divine Favor hat? There. I'm going to put my Divine Favor hat on. For safekeeping and infusing. More the infusing part than anything else. It's super legit. Perfect scheme. See, the problem they have in Guild Wars 2, when it comes to trying to face Spectral Agony in Living World Season 3 or whatever it was, is that we've killed off all the Eidolons, so they can't use their guts anymore to give us infusion against Spectral Agony. I don't know what Zin and... Was it Zin and Blim? Anyway, what they were doing with the Seer corpse to try to figure out a way to protect people from Spectral Agony. But it's clearly inferior, I'm sure. Or something. It's just a little fire. I'm going to take a moment. That's funny. That healed more because I put on my Divine Favor hat. I don't know. I'm sure it has something to do with your legs or your feet are on fire. Of course, my base move speed is already decreased because I'm carrying something. Oh, we've got a band for us over here. Heralding our arrival. Thank you. I'm going to go back to my Healing Prayers hat, though. Okay, now we can go finish this mission. Hello, Backbreaker. I know, Mox is enormous. He's even small for golem size. The main reason I'm bringing him over Milani is because he has a max damage weapon. That's it. That's his qualification. Dunkoro, what are you doing back there? Come on, catch up. I know you're busy trying to heal everyone, but like... Oh, do I have any minis on me? I have a miniature Hydra. Those things are a menace. We've got miniature fire elementalists. I think the miniature Hydra is growling. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not great. You're too loud. Go away. Mandragore. It's Aura of Faith, I think, is our Masat boss skill. I have that, but not on this character. I do eventually want to capture it on this character, but yeah, I don't know. Carrying the Troubling. Oh, I interrupted Healing Spring with Wanding. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of doodads, if that's what you're talking about. What is somebody else talking about? Was it Dark Souls 1? I don't remember anymore. Oh, I have some loot over here? Neat. Mida the Ill-Tempered. How, like, ill-tempered did you have to be to get that as your epithet? This person is just known for going off on everyone. If you have to work for them, boy, howdy, is it going to be rough. Yeah, yeah. Mersat, whose name was made as a mashup of murder and Satan. What I remember hearing, anyway. Yeah. Oh man, weakened himself a little tiny bit against your magic. How generous. Ooh, weak glyph of sacrificing meteor showering. Yeah, it's... These guys are so tanky, it's bonkers. Yeah. That's the thing. Mersat bosses in particular have a ton of defense. Okay. I could bring... Oh, I don't need... Yeah, I'm not going to grab that here, but I am going to get Restore Condition. Because I could bring the Signet for the other... But I already have Aura of Faith unlocked on this account. on a different character. I kind of don't feel like going redundant. This disables smiting prayers, yeah. I'm going to keep using Healing Light on him, honestly. The energy management aspect of it is nice. Speaking of energy, I should do something about Gwen's. Probably the best or the easiest fix would be a rune, but maybe I'll just drop her inspiration magic a little bit and give her more fast casting. That seems okay. Thanks for dropping by, Jack. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I definitely want to get restore condition. That's important to me. Getting here, Milani. I guess. Okay. No more ether towers, at least, so that's going to be helpful. Okay. You sticking around down stick? Ready to go? Immediately stop strafing to type. Okay. Time to go capture restore condition. Huzzah. Wow, Avatar of Melandra really only has a duration set by that. Everything else is not. Fascinating. They should let us... Is it Arcane Mimicry? Yeah, thank you. I know what Quickening Zephyr does. I don't know what you're trying to do, Mox. What sort of nonsense you're trying to pull. I'm not worried about actually doing the bonus here, though. Well, here, have Healing Breeze. Man, I wish the weapons that you got at the end of Prophecies felt like they were actually worth getting. They mostly don't. Hmm. I feel like I'm often quite this deep with the Chimera of Intensity. I do want Aura of Faith eventually, but not now. It's already unlocked on this account, so... Okay. That guy was not wanting to go down at all. That's why Wishful's Worry is good. Wishful's Worry just chews up these Prophecies bosses. High damage in their quick loss of hexes makes it trigger far more reliably, so you can just spam it on them. I need to take my dudes around. I think there's another Eidolon that we can take out in this one. I might be inclined to do. I don't have... Yeah, I will need to go up to Mineral Springs at some point as well to capture Shield of Judgment. That's a much later thing, though. I think I have any Necros on me right now. I think I do have Well of Power, so... Yeah, we have so much like direct healing now. So the dervishes having imbue health makes a pretty big difference. We're going off this way. Looking for them. Okay, well, that was a vague waste, but sure. I need to remember Mox is Avatar of Dwayne, and therefore hex removal is somewhat of a redundant thing to target him with. Hydras. Watch for meteor showers. Like that one. Or that one. That one got off. Okay, we seem to have avoided getting smushed by it, so that's good. I don't... Is there a spawn location down there? I feel like I remember there being one. Okay, I don't... Okay, well, even if there is one, the boss I need is not there, so... I think it's Spindle Agony Vein here. You didn't want the falchion, eh? We'll see if I have to look up the boss spawn locations or not. There's kind of like spots along this coast to check. There's one other elite in this mission, the Necro one. Which might be Gauss Dark Webs, unless that's the Fevered Dreams boss. I tend to get Restore Condition more than the other two. There is an... Ooh. That was rough. Chillblains stripping enchantments off everyone. There is a another place to get Soul Leech, but it's not any more convenient. Yeah, okay, that's the Soul Leech boss, which I could capture actually on this character, but it's not why I'm here, and I don't want to. There's Spindle Agony Vein. Excellent. The other spot is in the Glint's Challenge in Eye of the North. There's one of the bosses in that has Soul Leech as well. It's like towards the end of that, so you're farming a bunch of destroyers. Technically a place you can capture it, but not one I'd recommend. Not that any of them are particularly great. Spindle Agony Vein, excellent. Yeah. Good old Restore Condition. Happy to have that one unlocked. I'm quite fond of Restore Condition in certain areas. Particularly against Eye of the North Mandragores, it is going to probably heal you for a bajillion. Also, there's the Eidolon and a Barrage boss, just in case you missed the other location you can get it. Yeah. I'm not surprised. It's too specialized for them to not have buffed it. If there's no hexes, it's bad. This is what it comes down to. So it's only useful if there's a powerful hex team in the meta. So what did I get on this anyway? Superior expertise. Once I got very ranger. Ow. I don't know why I just used Cure Hex on Milani. I believe the Seer is this way, right? I'm not crazy. I don't know. I'll probably find it. I should really do my job. Because, like, they made divert hexes to specifically fight the Hexway teams that were going on at the time. Instead of, like, I don't know, making expel hexes more useful or withdraw hexes or whatever. Like, they had other elites they could have done instead of introducing a new one specifically to try to fight it. But, you know. I forget where the Seer out here hangs out. I just need to remember to change hats. I could look it up, but I don't feel like it. I mean, I will if I'm not seeing the Seer. Oh, okay. There's the Ether Seal. Hang on. Okay, wiki time. Ancient Seer. Oh, okay. Should be curved around right here then. Oh, there. It's the Ancient Seer. I just didn't look far enough to the right. Okay. Let's get Super Prop Prayers infused next. I knew an Ancient Seer was on this map. I just didn't realize it was quite so far out of the way. Hi, found yourself a neat little spot to hang out here. Excellent. Now I just need to infuse my smiting prayers, and I'll have infused all of my hats. But that's going to be a much later job. I don't know why I have these earth karambits. There is no, weirdly enough, there's no monk boss in House Precipice, so... yeah. Nothing to capture there. I guess technically there's Ore of the Lich to capture, but... I wonder why they decided to make Mox a dervish in the first place. I mean, I don't mind exactly, but... Sarlacc the Judge and Mercia the Smug. Optimus Caliph is always towards the back spot. Gwen's a weird choice for that particular hex, so... Water magic, eh? Fun. Okay, now we're almost at the end. We just have to make sure we don't get overwhelmed. Do I want to do that right away? Honestly, I'm not sure. It's the sort of thing where I'm not sure how much I want to do Hell's Precipice before I have access to Zondra or not. Hornbow, eh? I have... Yeah. I'll definitely bring Extinguish. Need a way of dealing with the massive threat that is Sparks of the Titans. Oh, go on. Fight them. Well, that was just rude. When you want to RC somebody, but you just got knocked down by Thunder Shock or Mind Shock. I've had really bad luck being interrupted a bunch by Elementalists here. What I'm saying. Ah, boy. Then I'm going to need to spend a bunch of time running around Perdition Rock capturing skills. Probably... Might not get Martyr on this character. Probably will get Amity. Martyr feels like a skill that I want on my Necromancer more. It's kind of like how I was thinking of getting Shatterstorm on my Assassin. Because, like, Assassins have a lot of flexibility for non-attribute elites because they don't really need an elite skill to make bars work. Like, it can help, but... We've got a lot of AoE on this party, which is really nice for taking out all of these spirits that get spawned. And finally, you're getting some Rasat spawns. This is definitely a spot where you can, when you're playing the first time and you don't know about the Rasat spawns, you can really end up overwhelmed pretty badly. I've definitely had problems here because of it. Give me them gold coins. Also because you can kind of get in deep and then suddenly Chimera of Intensity ends and then you can be a little overwhelmed as well. No, I was really trying to do stuff and then some jerk had to go and interrupt me. It was very rude. Oh my goodness. We have just a huge horde of Rasat on our faces here. Giving me something to do. Yeah, go collect those gold coins. Donkoro, my bud, you are not managing your energy well. Hey, look, it's a Titan. Ooh, it gave me its armor. No more Titan. I did manage to pick up its armor. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna need a new ID kit. Okay. Other hat on, yeah, okay. I figured I had the right hat on, but then I wasn't entirely sure. Here's Jordy LaForge. Everything is ID. Cool. Let's get rid of it. Okay. Number one thing I want here is Prot Spirit. I also want Extinguish. I don't think I need Cure Hex. I think Shield Guardian might actually be vaguely useful. Regular Guardian is probably fine. Okay. Let's drop Milani then. There. If you want in, you are welcome. Okay. Ready up, check mark. Okay. The good old one works as well. Man, that is like old school. Okay. Burning Titan. Ooh. We have a pet. I will not be healing the pet. Watch out, these guys have strip enchantment. Can cause problems. Okay. I really probably should be running Signet of Rejuve instead of Signet of Devotion. I just like Signet of Devotion so much. Okay, these guys are coming around, so yeah. I want to make sure we're not like getting aggroed from behind. Because if you have a group come up behind you, it can be a real problem. Oh, it's a Moa. Neat. Yes, absorb all of their everything. Okay, like, get in there. Heroes. Okay, those guys are down, which is important. Like I said, I'm not healing the Moa. I appreciate the Moa. I'm not healing the Moa. Okay. Couple of sparks there. And then see. Okay. Kind of a combination of things. Dead on stick. Please keep an eye out for sparks. I mean, you probably are, but like, it's the sort of thing where I'm too busy managing healing to. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. To keep an eye out. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that area is so freaking lethal. You can just end up roasted by a dozen sparks of the Titans, and it is the ugliest thing. Oh my goodness. Gotta keep Mox alive. I should be using my signet when I'm waiting for my energy. Friggin' minion piles. Need to use my signal while I'm friggin' waiting for things to recharge too. That tink noise from the MOA is really funny. Okay. Yeah, we need to save the Ancient Seer. We can take out this guy and then wait. Okay. I need to figure out who my priorities are for Prot Spirit. Tricky. This is where Shelter helps a bajillion pounds. How's your energy? Somehow accidentally closed on Koro's panel. Doing okay. Vec is a little bit low. I am realizing my commentary is suffering from being focused on trying to not die, but, you know, that's how it goes with this mission. Honestly, the difference between having shelter here and not having shelter here is enormous, so... Yeah, Mox did a really good job. The most important thing here is that we go get the Mox. Ow. Try to spread out as we can. That was a very expensive heal. Man, part of the problem is Mind Burn kind of goes through Prot Spirit, but you need Prot Spirit because of the Rod Gorts for 200 damage, so not really a great solution. I meant to use this spell. Oh well. Okay, we've made it through like some of the worst parts, so as long as we do okay on the plains, we should be fine. Happy to see Strip Enchantment get interrupted there. And causing our casters enough headache. Okay. Oh, too many people are trying to tank there. Not too bad, but thankfully Armageddon Lords are made of tissue paper. Sometimes aggro is aggro and sometimes it's not, and I don't really understand. Okay, Bird, you're gonna Prot Spirit. And here comes the next spawns. Okay, Bird is now burning to death. We're gonna have Roast Moa, I guess, or something. I don't know. How morbid can we make this? Dunkoro, why are you being a freaking idiot and tanking? Okay, I'm gonna get my stick. Ah, extinguish. Doing exactly what it's meant to do. Put people out when they're on fire. Did you see the notes about them being like, what if greater conflagration allowed all attacks to set things on fire? As well as dealing fire damage. And it's like, whoa. That would be spicy. Don't know if that'll happen or not, but it'd be pretty neat. And I tell you, some of the times missions actually get intense enough that I'm like, this 4-second recharge is too long. Watch out for the Fist of the Titans behind us as well. Oh, Moles Quibus. I don't know how to pronounce Latin correctly. Okay, Dunkoro, why are you getting chain lightninged? Watch out for the sparks in that group. Okay, we need to clear out some of this melee. It's spamming the area. Oh good, we killed the boss. That skill recharge was really nice, actually. We cleared this field out pretty well. Panic. The panic boss is causing us to panic. But don't worry, it's not actually doing any damage. It's just causing us to panic. It is awful for our energy, though. Did you get your chest loot dead on stick?
This meddling is nothing more than a minor annoyance. You're only delaying the inevitable.
You know, I actually kind of wish it didn't tell you how many party members had skipped the cinematic. I wish it had just told you if you had skipped the cinematic. Because I think it puts peer pressure on people to feel like they should skip cinematics when maybe they don't want to. And it should be, you know, it's kind of a weird thing to think about, but... I'm going to assume the yap is that you did, in fact, get your chest loot.
Thanks to you, I command
And an army powerful enough to conquer all of Tyria. And now I intend to use it. But before I go, I have someone here you might like to talk to. Perhaps this will slow you down long enough to let me finish my work.
Rurik.
I'll
Leave you to get reacquainted. I'm sure you have much to talk about.
There's the door of Kamali, spewing forth souls from the foundry of failed creations. Really should have more dramatic music going on, but sure, we can just have the ambient soundtrack. I do find the idea that the Titans adapt themselves to their environment. So these ones are all magma because we're in a volcano. To be pretty interesting.
Sika, all of Tyria shall bow to me or be destroyed.
So dramatic.
Forgive me. It is not my will to fight you, but I have little choice in the matter.
I find it really funny that Rimuru is like, I don't want to rule the world. Do you have any idea how much work that is? Okay, dead on sec. Go aggro some sparks. And let's just renew your Prospirit for safety. Excellent. Good job. I appreciate your victory. I think those should be the last sparks of the Titans in this mission. So that's good. I'm going to go grab this Molten Claw. While Prince Rurik just wanders.
Listen to me. The door of Komali must be closed. Kill the Lich while he stands atop the Bloodstone inside the caldera. If you do this, his spirit will recharge the soul batteries, and the door will close again. You have served Ascalon well. I beg of you, do one last duty for your prince.
This really
Anything, my prince.
doesn't make sense on a foreign character.
End my misery. Release me from the Lich's spell.
If that is what you wish.
Like, this faction's monk has no relation to Prince Rurik whatsoever.
Travel well, Prince Rurik. Until we meet you again in the Hall of Heroes.
If we go to the Hall of Heroes in Guild Wars 2 at any point in the future, they had better have a bajillion Guild Wars 1 NPCs who are dead hanging out there. What is this geometry? What is this guy's even up to? Whatever. They're providing loot. I will take loot. I really like the Astral Pillar. It's such a pretty staff. And the fact that it's enchanting is really nice. Okay, I'm gonna flag my guys near the door of Kamali side of the Bloodstones. That the Lich, if he teleports them into the lava, they'll just run back over here. No, or I could be teleported into the lava. That works too. Not really ideal, but it's fine. Oh, the Lich teleported himself into the lava. I do like that this mission ends where it begins. Like, the mission outpost is on this Bloodstone as well. Mox, stop being stupid and get back here. Soul Vortex. Spell. Monster only. Cool. Highly informative. Gwen, get back here. Stop being on fire. Man, the Lich is trolling us. Yeah. Yeah, there's one death. It's beginning to reforge the thing. Like, if you get it just right, it will, like, instantly win. But, like... you have to really... really get lucky with it. Ice spikes, blurred vision. Dual tuning. Triple tuning? Would you call it consider elemental lord triple tuning? Get back here, Gwen. There we go. Victory is ours. Excellent. Always love a victory. Late into the season of the Scion.
Long into the season of the Scion.
Close enough.
Tyria is revived again. Over the bones of the bird of prey, the fire is put out and the diabolic gathering is closed off once again. The Flameseeker prophecies are now complete.
Don't you sound pleased.
Kamali is closed, and the Titans are once again safely locked away behind it. You have saved Tyria, but now you must also save yourselves. The volcano is about to erupt.
That would be bad. You don't want to stand in a volcano that's erupting.
There's a ship in the dock, just inside the Mersat stronghold. Unless you wish to suffer the same fate as Vizier Kilbron, then I suggest you make a run for it. Your deeds have earned you a place among the heroes of legend. Let us hope today is not the day your spirit joins those ensconced in the hall.
I mean, I could go do HA. Goodbye, magical stick. So the question is, are those skull statues with lava spewing out of their mouths something that the Mersat installed, or did they come pre-installed on the volcanic island? And the Mersat just built around them? I have no idea, but it's an interesting question. The bird wants to stay on the island. Let's see. I don't think I actually want any of these. Do I want any of these for any of my other characters? I could get a better scythe for Milani. Do I even care about that? The problem is, like, all of my other characters are going to come here and suffer the same choice. Maybe I could grab a motivation shield? Okay, you take care, Stick, or whatever. You know what? Whatever. The problem is I don't really need any of these. I don't really care for the scythe skin either. Okay, so my own dervish will be able to get things here and doesn't really need any of these other things. My warrior already has like stuff and doesn't need any of this. Probably will get her shield when I finally beat this on her. I already grabbed a bow from here for my ranger and I haven't hot over that long enough. I don't need another one. Yeah, these are just so uninteresting to me that there's an argument for getting a shield for this character. I think there's a stronger argument to be made for just, like, I could pick up this scythe for Milani and call that good. Or I could just hang on to it. Yeah. I'm just gonna get a scythe from Milani. Literally none of the rest of this matters to me, and this is, like, reasonable. I can always use it on this character if I want to. And making Milani better will be nice. Ooh, prodigies. Nice, 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 nice. That should pay for some of these skills still, right? Okay, I'm gonna need to be wrapping up soon. Hello, Carlotta. You know, I have a feeling you're going to do something amazing when last we met in Emberlight Camp. You have not let me down. I still like the rhyme of Orient Historian. Orient Historian McLean. Care to make a statement for posterity? I've made lots of statements. For how much they'll be in posterity, who knows? I do like Little Tom and Farrah Capo having a conversation over here, too. Other things. What were you going on about, Little Tom? They're just gesticulating at each other. I said I would track him down, and by golly, I did. Little Tom won't get away from me now. Okay, well, I'm going to... Man, this storybook almost full. What do I want to do next on this character? Probably Nightfall, right? I've gotten 2 Gates of Kryta. Still need to get back to Astalon. Let's see. There's also... There's some other skills to be capturing. Let's go to Embark Beach. Because I now have this to turn in. I can grab Warband of Brothers. I do need to be, like I said, wrapping up somewhat soonish, but I don't have to wrap up right this second. Let's check Angel over here. Prodigies is still valuable, yes. Prodigies still valuable. Excellent. Got to get the Vitae out as well. Oh, and I get to merch it for an additional 52 gold. Nice. Here you go, Prodigies Insignia. That's down a little bit from when we previously sold the Vitae. But that 4 plat will definitely help with funding my skill acquisition campaign. A campaign of acquiring skills? I don't know. Actually, hang on. Before I deposit things, let's grab another ID kit to cart around. Oh yeah, and I should check this one too. Scouts, probably not worth anything. Soup expertise, yeah, that's not worth anything either. 208 gold. Nets positive 8 gold to merchant it and then buy the superior expertise rune because that's how economics works. Okay, cool. Back over 20 plat feels great. travel. Let's check spawn locations for offering of blood. Wondrous Pass, Frozen Forest, Grant's Footprint. THK. Ice Caves of Sorrow. This one's probably the most straightforward. I want to go to Copperhammer anyway. Yeah, but I don't feel like I can spend that much time. I'm just going to go to Commodon. I can get Offering of Blood at any point. Where are my battle preparations? Okay, let's get where is Milani? There you are. I do want to customize this, so I'm gonna need to grab some funds for that. A whole 10 gold. Is there a weaponsmith here? Probably not, right? Okay, take care, Dead on Stick. I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream very shortly anyway, so. It was fun to play with people, wasn't it? Okay. Shield of Absorption, also a skill that I should have. I think it was already unlocked on my account, but dear goodness, do I need it on this character? It's too good of a skill to not actually have. Okay, weapons, Chorbin, there we go. So I'm going to advance very slightly in this, just to get to Consulate Docks, probably. Or not even get to that, get to the... mission before that. Whatever, something like that. This bar is not what I would use out here. Should do that too, like I said. Shield Guardian can remain. I guess I'll keep Shielding Hands on for here. Dwayne's Kiss. Yeah, let's slot that on. Something like that, I guess. I think I need to do battle preparations, is that right? Yeah, command training. I want to get this taken care of. It feels like a weird thing, but like life continues on and the game does too. So we're gonna just continue on for a little bit anyway. I feel good about getting Melania better scythe though. It'll make me feel a lot better about actually using her in combat. I should rune her up. Probably major scythe and mysticism, and then minors on the other two. I like that plan. Probably skips expensive runes that way too. Just send them around to each of the areas. They'll be able to hold everything here just fine. This is the co-op episode. Tip, you can interact with on-screen buttons by clicking on them. What sort of tip is this? Yes, I know game. I have in fact played a video game. You don't need to be a tree to kill them, Milani, but I certainly appreciate the sentiment. It would be a bit more efficient to send somebody else to Area 3 to speed that up, but it's just not important enough to me. What's next in this quest? Okay. Everyone go to Hero Area 1. Thank you. Guess I will grab the little bit of loot that dropped. Not that any of this is worth more than... Oh, this is worth a whole 8 gold. That's more than I was expecting, I'll be honest. Sunspear volunteer for hexes, eh? Level 0. That certainly is low level. Wrong direction. I always do that. I always start going the wrong direction to get to Shawbeck Village, and I don't know why I have problems with that. It confuses me for some unknown reason. Just absolutely bamboozles me. Don't know what's going on. And all that. This is a useful outpost to have for later. Okay, let's go see the first spear for our reward. Didn't have any frame drops, so that's good. Now I can go talk to Cassell and Pooba. I do want to stop by Kylona and grab some runes from Milani. I don't know. This platinum should be more than enough. Why would people want mysterious tonics? I'm not saying that they wouldn't. I'm just saying I don't know why they would. Okay. Milani. Scythe Mastery will go on your head. There we go. Now she's all runed up. That'll make her a more effective individual. And I can merch the random stuff. For a whole 12 gold. Neat. Right. Talk to Cassell and Pooba. And then let's go over to that and then wrap up. That sounds like a good plan to me. That sounds like a great plan to me. Healing Breeze. That's what I should be slotting on this rather than Shielding Hands. Let's remember to do that, eh? I knew I was forgetting something obvious. Obvious is Healing Breeze, though. Shielding Hands isn't bad. Shield Absorption does a similar job but better and has lower recharge. The nice thing about Shielding Hands is it activates quickly, but other than that, it's not really got a whole lot going for it. Arguably, actually, in this spot, I should be using a Divine Favor build with Blessed Light just because it can take care of all the things. But I really don't think that level of cleansing is necessary. Man, good old Imagined Burden. I don't know why that thing's 15 energy. Anyone explain to me why Imagined Burden is 15 energy? That just seems absurd. I mean, it lasts for a good long while, but even still. Okay. Healing Breeze. There we go. That's better. Okay, Land of Heroes seems like a great thing to do next time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this stream here. I've got things that I'll be needing to do, so this seems like a good ending point. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank people for joining in and having fun together. I want to thank Dead On Stick for advice on updating the stream settings to hopefully have a higher quality stream. And I want to thank everyone who's watching for watching. So, thank you. And until next time, everyone, take care. Ooh, should I bring a Signet of Capture? Is this an early place to get Balthazar's Pendulum? It might be. Let's go ahead and stick a Signet of Capture on my bar instead of that. Should be fine. Okay, anyway, like I said, take care, everyone. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.